Amid all the noisy blockbusters in theaters this weekend comes an old-fashioned family drama with a sharply modern edge. At Any Price is about the problems growing up around contemporary farmers in the Midwest. Jared Bowen recently spoke with its director and star, Dennis Quaid.
At Any Price goes to the heartland, where the once modest enterprise of farmers has been supplanted by a modern-day drive for more and more, where the protagonist, Henry Whipple, played by Dennis Quaid, has no qualms about using a funeral for a sales pitch.
I just wanted to let you know that I'm prepared to take it off your hands.
Get out of here.
I'm curious how you saw Henry, because I find it a little bit difficult to explain him, because he's not malevolent per se, but he's not a great guy.
Henry Whipple is a little bit like Willie Loman in Death of a Salesman. You know, he's out there doing what he thinks is best for his family to get ahead and for himself, and he wants to be number one. To get ahead, Henry has corrupted himself, and he still shows the exterior of this very confident, or tries to be, guy who's successful, but inside he feels like a broken man.
You're not going to make it in the big leagues. Just take the land. It's in your blood.
The film finds Quaid's Henry trying desperately to keep his family's farming legacy intact, even though he's struggling to keep up, to produce more, to expand or die, a motto director and co-writer Ramin Bahrani saw firsthand in the Midwest. And I know you both spent time with these farmers. I mean, is your film sort of a commentary now, a conclusion that you drew on the American way in some regard?
It was pretty accurate to what I saw. The farmers were so warm and welcoming. They invited me to their homes. I didn't go to hotels. I slept in their homes. They made me part of their family. And I could see they really loved their neighbors and their community. But the pressures were so immense. They were prepared to cut one another out, otherwise they would lose everything.
In a way, this film is like Wall Street in a cornfield. The only thing missing is the skyscrapers.
With threads to Arthur Miller, At Any Price is also an agonizing portrait of a fallible American family. Whipple's unscrupulous behavior in business pervades his personal life. He's long lost the respect of his son and wife.
I know you've been sleeping with her.
I don't know who's been telling you what, but that is an out-and-out lie. It's probably by people who were jealous of us.
Did you go back and look at Miller and look at that portrait of that time?
Yeah, I reread Death of a Salesman. I read it I remember reading it as a young man, and in drama class actually. And at that time, I related more to the two sons, and as I guess I'm older. Really could recognize Willie Loman's situation.
There was vintage storytelling for Bahrani as well, who took his cinematic cues from the masters of big, old American films.
And I thought about George Stevens, and I thought about John Ford, and James Dean, and Paul Newman from HUD, and Robert Altman. I wanted to shoot it in a more classical way and have the story have something classical in it, but that there be something subversive and new and fresh.
Not to mention unsettling, as you're forced to consider shifting moral planes.
All right, and that is it for Greater Boston. Tomorrow on Beat the Press, are you scandalized by the IRS or Benghazi stories? Who decides when a controversy is a scandal? Plus, is cultivating a source committing espionage? The government goes after another reporter in a leak investigation. We'll have that and our panel rants and raves. That's all tomorrow. I'm Emily Rooney. Thanks for watching.